This week, the Desert Water Agency and Coachella Valley Water District Boards of Directors approved two major planning documents for water here in the Coachella Valley and beyond. Ashley Metzger is here with the Desert Water Agency to talk about long-term sustainability. You guys are looking as far ahead as 2070.
That's right. The planning horizon for these plans is 2045, but we go out even further and look ahead to 2070 just to make sure that that foundation of water is here in the Coachella Valley, because as wonderful as everything else could be going in the valley, if we don't have that water here to support it, things aren't going to be looking good.
And so this plan, it has to be approved by the board, correct?
So there are several water agencies involved. So all of the public water agencies in the Coachella Valley are involved in these efforts, and there are two separate plans for two what we call subbasins. So the Coachella Valley aquifer, groundwater basin, is split up into multiple different subbasins, but the two that provide drinking water are the plans we're talking about. So we have the Indio Subbasin Groundwater Management Plan update, which our board and CVWD's board approved on Tuesday, and then the Mission Creek Alternative Plan update, which our boards also approved on Tuesday.
All right, and this talks about residential, business, agricultural, and also even golf course conservation efforts.
Oh yes, so these plans include what we call project and management actions. So things that we need to do. We don't just write a plan and leave it on a shelf to collect dust. We have actions in place that we need to be looking at to make sure that we are where we need to be. The demands and the supplies line up properly. So we have conservation projects for residential, business, agriculture, golf. We are looking at a new reservoir in Northern California to increase our reliability in bringing water down from Northern California.
I think that's critical, and it's an area where the state has lagged a bit behind. Our water storage capacity hasn't grown at the rate of our population or water usage, so this is really vital. This is one of the first real new reservoir projects in the state in a while.
That, and with climate change, it's even more important because we're getting wetter storms and then longer droughts. So, when that water's here, we really need to be able to capture it.
Absolutely. Right now, a lot of that water just runs right off and then drains out to sea, which does nobody good. We want to capture it. It's been raining up to our north much of today, and we have less ability to capture that water. What can folks at home do? What are the takeaways of this plan that they can help and implement in their own lives?
Sure. So people can do their part with conservation and then know that every 5 years we're doing these major plan updates, and public input is such an important part of them. We held dozens of meetings for these plans this past time around, and we will be again 5 years from now. So learn about groundwater. There are lots of opportunities out there for you. DWA.org/SGMA has the information there. And we look forward to seeing you at our meetings in the future.
And it's important. Go ahead and log on, read the plans, understand how they're going to impact you, and provide your voice as they plan for the future of water use and conservation. DWA.org, 760-323-4971. Ashley, it's a big topic. We just barely touched the iceberg here, the tip of it, but we'll have you back on, of course, next week. We'll be back after the break.